In the television report. No, it's not technically reform. It's I'll tell you more about it. They only one for Shabbat morning paper. Nothing is going on. Before I go. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. Page 128, the second piece on the page. How wonderful is this day? How beautiful is this day? This Shabbat day. Ma yafe hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Ma yafe hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom. Welcome, everyone. I'm Rabbi Michael Feshbach, and the cantor tonight is once again all of you. And then we have three different cantors or musical support for the rest of this month. Next Friday night at my house, we have Deborah Waldorf coming on July 19th at the beach. My daughter Talia is scheduled to join us. B'nei Shabbat nekah, Shamor v'zachor, v'dibor echad, Yishmianu el hamyuchad, Adonai echad, Ushmo echad, L'shem u'tiferet, v'litihila, Shabbat, lechu v'nilcha, ki hi mekor habaracha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof ma'aseh b'machshava tehila, Page 139. Hitohori, kiva oreh, kumi ori, uli uli, shirta haberi, kevod Adonai, alayich liglai, Yadonai lechadodi, Yadonai likrat kala, Yadonai b'nei Shabbat, b'nei Shabbat nekah, Bo'vi we did something today which apparently was astonishing to some of you who have lived here for longer than we have. We voluntarily went on the island, and apparently it is the peak of season, matched only by Labor Day. It was in fact crowded, but because it's the peak of season, we turn to the bottom of page 141, from the middle of Psalm 93 in English, together the last non-indented paragraph. The ocean sounds Adonai, the ocean sounds its thunder, the ocean sounds its pounding. Above the thunder of the mighty waters, more majestic than the breakers of the sea is Adonai, majestic on high. Your decrees are indeed enduring. Holiness befits your house, Adonai, for all times. 142. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech, Malachei HaMalachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bolachem Shalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei deal over the past little more than a week of what our roles are in this life, what we are called upon to do. What's our mission? What's our talent? So I look for the bottom of page 143, below the line, as we read the English together. And so we understand that ordinary people are messengers of the Most High. They go about their tasks in holy anonymity, often indeed unknown to themselves. Yet if they had not been there, if they had not said what they said or did what they did, it would not be the way it is now. We would not be the way we are now. Never forget that you, too, yourself, may be a messenger, perhaps even one whose errand extends over several lifetimes. Chatzi Kaddish, page 144. We rise and face east. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemecha, Yalmad yifrach cherutei v'yomlich malchutei, v'chayei chol yomecha, u'v'chayei techol beit Yisrael. Face each other, but remain standing. Page 148. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, אשר תדברו מעריב ערבים, בחוכמה פותח שערים, ובתבונה משנה עתים, ומחליף את הזמנים, ומסדר את הכוכבים במשמרותיהם ברקיע כרצונו. בורא יום ולילה, גולל אור מפני חושך, וחושך מפני אור. ומעביר יום ומביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו. אל חי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, המעריב ערבים. The bottom of 150. Everlasting love you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Moshe Kivod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Please be seated. Ve'afta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavecha ubechol nafshecha ubechol me'odecha vehayu advarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibartam b'shivtecha b'meitecha uv'lechtecha b'derech uv'shovecha uv'kumecha uv'shartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'einecha uv'taftam al mezuzot beitecha uv'yisharecha le'man tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim le'elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeitechem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem emet. Page 157. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha netar b'kodesh, noah tehilot osei felech, noah tehilot osei felech. Malchutecha ahuvanecha, okei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, ze'eliyanu v'amhu. Adonai lo, Adonai lo, le'olam va'ed. Baruch yifad Adonai et Yaakov, u'ga'alo me'achazak mimenu. Baruch ata Adonai, ga'al Yisrael. 161. Give us a place to rest, Adonai our God. Bring us into shelter, the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom aleinu, ve'al kol amo Yisrael, va'al Yerushalayim. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת לדורותם בריתי עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם בריתי עולם. בין ילדי בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם בריתי עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם בריתי עולם. Tefillah, prayer, invites God's presence to suffuse our spirits, God's will to prevail in our lives. Prayer may not bring water to parched fields, nor mend a broken bridge, nor rebuild a ruined city. But prayer can water an arid soul, mend a broken heart, rebuild a weakened will. The Amidah, the Tefillah, beginning with 164. We rise and face these. Adonai sefatai tifach ufi yavi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Ha'gibor v'Hanoah, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'Konei Hakol, V'Zocher Chasdei Avot Yirahot, U'Mevi'u Livnei Bneihem, L'ma'ash Shmo Le'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh Hakol, Atah Rav L'Oshiach, Mo'id Hatah, Mechalkel Ha'chaim B'Chesed, Mechayeh Hakol B'Rachamim Rabim, Zolech Noflim V'Rafeh Olim, U'Matir Rasulim, U'Mekayem Emunato, L'Shenei Afar, Michamocha B'Gilbot, U'Midon Elad, Melech Me'mid U'Mechayeh, U'Matzmiach Yeshua, V'Ne'eman atah l'chayot ha'chol. Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh ha'chol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, Roshim b'chol yom ya'alanu chasela. Baruch atah Adonai, bottom of page 180. You may be seated for a moment. Oseh shalom lim'olam, uyaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, amen. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Have I got a preposition for you? Now, as it turns out, and as I was discussing just 2 days ago, I think, prepositions are the most difficult thing to translate from one language to another. Think about the languages you know and words like to, on, in. When I was first ordained, many rabbis want to sign letters, many Reform rabbis, with the words in peace. And so we simply translated that directly from Hebrew, and we signed, as Linda and I discussed the other day, in fact, we signed our letters b'shalom. B means in Hebrew, and shalom means shalom, yeah, right. The phrase in peace, b'shalom. I don't remember, a year after I was ordained, not too long later, I think a number of Israeli Reform rabbis tapped the American Reform rabbinate on the shoulder and said, what you say to somebody when they're dead, at the very end of a funeral, Steve will know this, lech b'shalom, go in peace. You don't sign a letter b'shalom, even though it translates as in peace, right? If you want to say in peace, the proper idiom would be l'shalom, to peace. That translates basically as in peace, even though the l really means to. So prepositions are tricky. And so we come to this week's Torah portion. And we'll discuss some more of this at Torah study tomorrow. But here we have the record of a rebellion of Korach and Datan and Aviram against the authority of, I really should say, rebellions. This is one of those stories which, if you look at it, it's obviously smushed together from different sources. Because if you peel it apart and you rewrite the story, Korach's rebellion sounds coherent, Datan and Aviram's rebellion sounds coherent, and they're not the same thing. But they get smushed together. We'll talk about that tomorrow. But how do you know when people are asking for something that sounds so reasonable? How do you know that they're just troublemakers? It's not just the opening word of this week's portion, vayikach, and he took. There's another linguistic clue here as well. Because after all, between Korach and Datan and Aviram challenging Moses and Aaron, and basically saying, why have you lorded above the people? Why have you taken it upon yourselves to exercise exclusive leadership? Why can't all the people? It's not an unreasonable question on the surface. But there's a preposition. And the preposition gives us the answer. What is the preposition? Well, first of all, we have to look at another verb which we will hear tonight. And the verb is vayakel or vayikahalu. Now, the word kahal is a pretty good word. Kahal means what? Anyone? The fact, was, Bernie, federation before it was federation, back in Europe. The organized Jewish community was called the Kahal. The word means community. You might know it in its female form, Kehila. Anybody know the word Kehila? Right? There's a song that the young people say, Kehila, Kedosha, holy community. In fact, by the way, if you look at the founding documents of some synagogues, which were Orthodox when they were founded, we weren't, we were founded as a Reform synagogue. But if you look at the founding documents, sometimes you will find two letters in front of the synagogue. And the letter is, whatever the name of the synagogue is, KK. In Boston, if you're driving down near Boston College, there is not Boston University downtown, but Boston College in the suburbs. I remember passing a sign, KK, Kadima Toiris Moishe, which means KK, I'll translate that in a minute, forward the Torah of Moses. Sounds like a great name for an Orthodox synagogue, right? But what's the KK? KK is simply, be very careful. How many Ks am I? Two. Yeah, not three. That's something else, right? But the two Ks stand for Kehila Kedosha, holy community. A kahal, a kehila, is an important thing. And so what would be the verbal form of to communitize, right? What would that be in English? You're turning that into a verb. To organize, to convoke, to gather, to assemble, right? And so we read at the end of Exodus, Vayakel Moshe et. Moshe at the very beginning of the Bible, right? It is right before a direct object is the word et. It's not translated, it gets declined, that is, it gets turned into me, my, yours, right? Oti, mine, otcha, yours, otanu, ours. But as an undeclined word, et, really, it can't be translated to English, but it's a preposition, and Moses convoked. Moses communitized. Moses gathered together. We have the same verb in this week's portion. But here it says, Vayikahalu al. Now, al means on or over. But the translation, as it turns out, every time the good verb kahal, communitize, gather, gets used with the preposition al, it's a rebellion. So here, I have a preposition for you. And that's amongst the reasons we know that Korach and Datan and Aviram, they may be asking good questions. They may all say they're serving the people, but which people are they serving? And what interests are they serving? Are they out for themselves, really? Or are they working for you? And I'll stop right there. This Torah service continues on page 362. Trish and Aaron, if you'll come. Trish and Aaron, right? Isaac, sorry, I have the wrong biblical figure. Trish and Isaac, if you'll please, I had Aaron on my mind because of the portion. If you'll please come forward to help. Page 362, and we will rise in a moment. Ein kamocha v'elokim Adonai, ve'ein k'ma'aseh Adonai, malchutecha malchut kol olamim, u'mefshaltecha b'chol dor v'hador. Adonai melech, Adonai malach, Adonai yimloch, Adonai yivolech et amo v'shadom et Zion. Page 366, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonai, Kadosh Shemo, Gadol Adonai Iti. Shamayim uva'aretz ki chol v'shamayim uva'aretz lecha Adonai hamamlacha v'mitnaseh lechol lerosh romelu Eloheinu v'yishtachavu Lehar Kodesh, Omenu Adonai Eloheinu, V'yishtachavu Lehar Kodesh, Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu, Omenu, Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu, Omenu Adonai Eloheinu v'yishtachavu lehar kodesh. Please be seated. Ta'amodna. What did I just do? Julie is excluded. I did not say ya'amod, and I did not say ya'amdu. Ta'amodna. Feminine plural. In the biblical form, feminine plural, you don't hear that often. Ta'amodna, la'aliyah harishona, ta'amodna, Leah bat Motol ve'Esther, ta'amod, Rachel bat Reuven ve'Leah, lichvod ha'Torah, for the honor of the Aliyah, from the beginning of Parshat Korach, Lisa Belkin and Rachel Belkin. 1 second. Okay, go ahead.
Baruch Adonai Barak.
Baruch Adonai Barak Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher barakah mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et torato. Baruch atah Adonai notei ha'torah. Amen.
Hold it open for me, please. Careful there. Vayikach Korach ben Yitzhar ben Kohat ben Levi v'Datan v'Aviram b'nei Eliyav v'On ben Pelet b'nei Reuven vayakumu lifnei Moshe v'anashim b'nei Yisrael 50 u'matayim nesiei al Aaron. And they gathered together against Moses and Aaron. Vayamru aleihem, and they said to them, Rav lechem, you've gone too far. Ki kol ha'edah kulam kadoshim, for the entire community is holy, uv'tocham Adonai, and God dwells amongst all of them. Umedua titnasu al kahal Adonai, and why have you set yourselves up to lord over the community of Adonai? Vayishma Moshe, vayipol al panav, and Moses heard and fell on his face. That's a standard term for reacting with astonishment. It's not like, not being able to climb stairs of leading to an airline. Vayedaber el Korach ve'el kol adato, and he said to Korach and all of the community, Lemor, saying, Boker v'yalda Adonai et asher lo ve'et hakadosh. Tomorrow God will announce who is his and sorry for the male language, and who is it belongs to God and who is holy. V'yikriv elav ve'et asher yivchar bo yakriv alav, and who God brings close and who God will choose. Zot asu, do this. K'chu lachem maktot Korach v'chol adato. Take fire pans, Korach and all those gathered with him. Utnu vahen esh, and put a fire on it. V'simu aleihem ketoret lifnei Adonai, and put and light it with the incense. Machar v'haya ish asher yivchar Adonai hu hakodesh, and tomorrow the one who God chooses as holy will become clear. Rav lechem b'nei Levi, you've gone too far, you Levites. Vayomer Moshe el Korach, and Moses said to Korach, Shim'u na b'nei Levi, ham at mikem ki hivdil Elohei Yisrael etchem me'adat Yisrael lahakriv etchem elav v'la'avod et avodat mishkan Adonai v'la'amod lifnei ha'eda l'sharatam v'yakrev otcha ve'et kol achicha b'nei Levi idcha uvikashtem gam kahuna. Is it not enough that God has chosen you, you Levites, to serve in a special capacity, in a special role, and you also seek to rule? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, l'chayei olam atah b'tocheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Amen. Yeshkoach. And you guys can go back down. Mishaberach avotenu Avraham Yitzhak v'Yaakov v'imotenu Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah. O God, who blessed our ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah, send your blessing and your healing, your comfort and your hope to all those amongst us who are ill and in need of healing. As we mentioned at this time, Cynthia Baylor, David Wetzel, Sonia Kaplan, Rabbi Bradley Bliefeld, Jill Wood, Matt Vandershear, Reuven Shimon, HaKohen Ben Sharon. Other names in the prayer for healing.
Linda.
My cousin Sam and my friend Sharon and Bertha.
Kate Millars.
Sarah Lowry, Carolyn Bassett,
Aiden James.
Gordon Navari, Jim and Marlene.
Todd Stark, Lindsay Schneck.
Baruch atah Adonai Rofeh Cholim. We praise you, O God, who helps us heal, who brings us comfort. Bernie, if you'll help hold the Torah, and Steve, if you'll get the ark in a minute, and Linda, if you'll help address it, as we lift the Sefer Torah, and I hope that the Torah table cooperates with me now. Susan, thank you for your help earlier. As we lift the Sefer Torah, please rise. Vezot Torah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael al pi Adonai b'yad Moshe al shlosha devarim al shlosha devarim al shlosha devarim haolam omed al shlosha devarim al shlosha devarim al shlosha devarim haolam omed. הארץ, ומשה יקרו בשמיים נהיה, ושכינתו זו, ושכינתו זו, בכוחנו מי, הוא אלוהינו הינו, אמת מלכנו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל ועל הארץ ועל מתחת אין עוד 591 ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך כל הארץ היום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו Please join us for candles and kiddush in the Weiss lobby immediately following services. We do gather together for Shabbat morning and study in the Cohen Library at 9:15 a.m. tomorrow. Those who come tomorrow will notice that the library is in the process, if you're from Canada, the process of being transformed into use for the Northfield School District. So we will talk about where we will be gathering and how we will be doing Torah study for the remainder of the summer while we come together tomorrow, but we still can gather in the library tomorrow at 9:15. Friday, July 12th at 5:30. Please join Rabbi Feshbach and Julie. Oh, please join me and my wife at our home for Shabbat dinner, followed by a potluck meal that is dairy and fishitarian. But we didn't advertise it as fish because we didn't want people bringing shrimp, so kosher fish, right? We're gonna poach a salmon. We may not catch it, but we're gonna poach it. So kosher fish is welcome as well for a potluck meal at our home. And also our pool is open, so if you can have a service and be in your bathing suit at the same time or change into your bathing suit later, please join us next Friday night, July 12th at our home. We'll give you the address and other information when you call to tell us what you are bringing. Yes. Call the office, yes. 2 weeks from now, July 19th, we are going to be at the Margate Beach at 5:30 for our the first of our two summer Shabbat on the Shabbat at the shore, Shabbat at the beach services. The other one is on August 23rd. So Shabbat Shalom. And please join us following the service. When I die, give what's left of me away to children and old men that wait to die. And if you need to cry, cry for your brother, your sister walking the street beside you. And when you need me, put your arms around anyone and give to them what you need to give to me. I want to leave you something better than words or sounds. Look for me in the people I've known or loved. And if you cannot give me away, at least let me live on in your eyes and not in your mind. You can love me most by letting hands touch hands, by letting bodies touch bodies, and by letting go of children who need to be free. Love doesn't die. People do. So when all that's left of me is love, give me away. We remember at this time those of our congregation's beloved whose yard sign occurs on this Shabbat. Jack Bacharach, Lillian Back, Max Balkin, Herbert Clofine, Sue Cohen, Olivia Eble Schrader, Muriel Feshbach, Steve Gadden, Robert Gamberg, Moses Goldenberg, Fanny Harris, Robert Katz, Joseph Kaufman, Betty Kornblatt, Hyman Marwell, Herman Pogachevsky, Florence Richmond, Dr. Alfred Rosenblatt, Samuel Rosenthal, Linda Rubenstein, Ada Shinman, Jerome Schussman, Marjorie Stein, Hannah Tandler, Pearl Zabel. During this period of Shloshim, 30 days following their deaths, Selma Portnoy, Mark Greenberg. Anyone else here to say Kaddish for someone whose name I did not mention, or any of the names I may have mispronounced? Memories of all of our loved ones are with us. Our griefs and sympathies are mingled as we turn to Kaddish Yatom, the mourner's Kaddish, page 598, and as is the custom in most Reformed synagogues, we rise as a congregation as a whole for the Kaddish prayer itself. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, Ya'alma tivrach kerutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayei chon u'vyonachon u'b'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agadav u'bizman karif imhu amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah v'rach le'olam homei amayim. Yitbarach v'yishtalach v'yitpahar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei dekudusha v'reichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, ta'amiran alma imhu amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imhu amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, v'yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol Yisrael v'imhu amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn in our congregation, comfort all the bereaved among us and wherever they may be, all those who are suffering the pain of loss everywhere. And together let us say, Amen. We turn to page 625. Does anybody, I have my own favorite, but as I have said to you before, one of the most interesting things you can have happen in your life is at 2 o'clock in the morning to be with a group of cantors who have had a lot to drink, and have them try to do an Adon Olam contest. Because Adon Olam is perfectly syncopated. That means every other syllable is accented. What that means is it can go to any tune. Gilligan's Island.
Listen to the story.
Adon Olam Hashem alach b'terem kol, right? Brady Bunch. The Marseillaise. Adon Olam Asher Ba'ala. Old Man River. Adon Olam. So, what would you like to hear? I can't do a Taylor Swift song yet, but what would you like to hear? You just want to hear my favorite, or did somebody have a favorite Adon Olam?
How about a 4th of July song? Yeah.
Adon Olam Asher Malach B'Terem Kol Yitzir Nivra Le'ez Nasa B'Chef Sokol Azai Melech Shemo wasn't bad, for not a cantor, that wasn't bad. So thank you. Shabbat Shalom. First time I've done that.
First time I've heard it.
Probably heard it at Stars Magic. Stephen, good to see you. We'll talk again. I'll give you some choices. Okay. Not Palace, Drive. In Egg Harbor Township. pretty good.
Yeah, now,
Not a
by the
problem.
time you drive somewhere,
There we go. Sorry about the hour. So Trish, come on over and thank you. Good to see you. Will you email me? Brian, good to see you. How you doing? I'm glad to see you up and about.
He finally got it opened. I thought it was gonna break the whole thing, maybe during the week WD-40.
See, it's probably,
It's swollen.
it's wrong.
Yeah, he got it open, but
it's a joke. What do you mean? Oh, she is. In the meantime, I don't care how big she is. She's her skin is dry. Yeah, I think she was like something. I was thinking the same thing. I don't think so. It's horrible. I mean, I have dry skin, but it doesn't, you don't have, but I do. But it doesn't. But she just, she could wear something like this. I
something.
We have till